Imagine waking up one day and feeling completely different, not just a little off, but like your whole body is buzzing with energy. You look in the mirror, and for a split second, you swear you see a faint glow around your skin. This isn't just a dream or your imagination running wild. It could be the first hint that you're one of the chosen ones, about to go through an amazing change. We're talking about transitioning into a crystalline-based body, and it's not science fiction. It's happening to people right now. You might be thinking, wait, what's a crystalline-based body? Don't worry, we'll get to that. But first, let me tell you something important. If you're one of the chosen ones, your life is about to change in ways you never thought possible. And the best part? There are 5 clear signs that show you're on this incredible journey. These signs aren't like winning the lottery or finding a 4-leaf clover. They're deep, powerful changes that start inside you and slowly show up in your everyday life. They're like whispers from the universe, telling you that you're meant for something extraordinary. And today, we're going to explore these 5 signs together. But here's the thing. Knowing these signs isn't just about satisfying your curiosity. It's about understanding the amazing transformation that's happening to you. It's about getting ready for a whole new way of living and experiencing the world. Because once you start changing into a crystalline-based body, there's no going back. And trust me, you wouldn't want to even if you could. Now, let's talk about what's really at stake here. Imagine you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to a life you've always known, familiar, comfortable, but maybe a little dull. The other path? It sparkles and shines, full of potential and mystery. That shining path is your journey to a crystalline-based body, and recognizing the signs is your first step on this incredible road. But what happens if you miss these signs? Well, it's not the end of the world, but it's a bit like having a superpower and never knowing about it. You might feel lost, confused, or like something's missing in your life. You could spend years feeling out of place, not understanding why you're different from others. It's like having a key to a magical door but never realizing it's in your pocket. Missing these signs doesn't mean you won't transform. The universe has chosen you for a reason, and that won't change. But knowing the signs can make your journey so much easier and more exciting. It's like having a map in a new city. Sure, you could wander around and eventually find your way, but isn't it better to know where you're going? And here's something really important. When you know the signs, you can help others who might be going through the same thing. Imagine being able to guide someone else on this amazing journey, to be a lighthouse for other chosen ones who are just starting to discover their path. That's the power of knowledge, and that's why understanding these signs is so crucial. But it's not just about the big picture. Recognizing these signs can help you in your daily life too. You'll understand why you might be feeling different, why your body might be changing in subtle ways, or why you're suddenly drawn to new ideas and experiences. It's like putting on glasses for the first time and seeing the world in crisp, clear detail. Everything just makes more sense. And let's be honest, change can be scary. When your body and mind start going through this incredible transformation, it's normal to feel a bit overwhelmed. But when you know the signs, when you understand what's happening, that fear turns into excitement. Instead of worrying about the changes, you'll start looking forward to them. You'll wake up each day wondering what new abilities or insights you might discover. So, as we go through these 5 signs, remember, this isn't just information. It's a key to unlocking your true potential, to stepping into a role that the universe has chosen specially for you. It's about embracing a new way of being that will change not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Are you ready to discover if you're one of the chosen ones? Before we dive into the 5 signs, let's talk about what we mean by a crystalline-based body. Now, don't worry. We're not saying you're going to turn into a walking crystal. It's more like your body is upgrading its operating system. Imagine if your body was a computer. Right now, it's running on a basic system that gets the job done. But a crystalline-based body? That's like getting the most advanced, powerful system upgrade possible. When we talk about being crystalline, we're talking about energy. Everything in the universe is made of energy, including you. And just like there are different types of materials in the physical world, there are different types of energy. The energy of a crystalline-based body is clearer, purer, and more powerful than what most people experience. It's like the difference between muddy water and a clear, sparkling stream. Now, you might be wondering, why are some people chosen for this? The truth is, we don't fully know. It's one of those beautiful mysteries of the universe. But what we do know is that it's happening to more and more people all over the world. It's like the universe is slowly waking up, and it needs some people to wake up first and help guide others. Being chosen doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. It's more like you've been picked for a special job. Maybe you've always felt a little different, like you don't quite fit in. Or maybe you've always been drawn to helping others or understanding the deeper truths of life. These could be early signs that you're meant for this transformation. The change to a crystalline-based body isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process, a journey that can take months or even years. And that's a good thing. Your body and mind need time to adjust to these powerful changes. It's like climbing a mountain. You don't jump straight to the top. You take it one step at a time, getting stronger and more prepared as you go. As you go through this transformation, you might notice changes in how you think, feel, and experience the world. Colors might seem brighter. You might feel more connected to nature and other people. You might start to understand things that used to confuse you. It's like your senses are becoming sharper, your mind clearer, and your heart more open. But here's something really important to remember. Becoming crystalline isn't about leaving your humanity behind. It's about becoming more fully human, more connected to the true essence of what it means to be alive. You're not turning into some kind of superhuman or alien being. You're simply allowing more of your true self, your true potential, to shine through. This transformation isn't always easy. Just like any big change in life, there might be challenges along the way. You might feel confused or scared at times. You might have to let go of old habits or beliefs that no longer serve you. But remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. And the rewards of this journey are more amazing than you can imagine. As we go through the 5 signs, you might recognize some of them in yourself, or you might realize that someone you know is showing these signs. Either way, it's important to approach this with an open mind and an open heart. This journey is different for everyone, and there's no right or wrong way to experience it. So, are you ready to discover the 5 signs that you're transitioning into a crystalline-based body? Are you ready to explore the incredible potential that's awakening inside you? Let's begin with the first sign. A change so subtle you might have missed it, but so powerful it could change your life forever. Let's talk about the first big sign that you might be transitioning into a crystalline-based body. We're calling this one the energetic buzz, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Imagine waking up one day and feeling like your whole body is humming with energy. It's not like the jittery feeling you get from too much coffee. No, this is different. It's a smooth, constant vibration that seems to come from deep inside you. At first, you might not even notice it. It can start so subtly that you might think you're just having a really good day. But as time goes on, this feeling gets stronger. You might feel it in your hands first, like a gentle tingling. Or maybe you'll notice it in your chest, a warm, glowing feeling that spreads through your body. Some people describe it as feeling charged up, like they're a battery that's suddenly operating at full power. This energetic buzz isn't just a physical sensation. It can affect your mood too. You might find yourself feeling more upbeat, more positive, even when things aren't going your way. It's like you've tapped into a source of inner strength that you didn't know you had. You might notice that you're smiling more, laughing more easily, and generally feeling more alive. But here's where it gets really interesting. This energy isn't just for you. As your body adjusts to this new vibration, you might start noticing that you have an effect on the world around you. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere change? Maybe people seem to perk up when you're around, or arguments calm down when you step in. That's the energy of your crystalline-based body starting to interact with the world. Now, it's important to understand that this energetic buzz isn't always comfortable at first. Some people describe feeling restless or having trouble sleeping. You might find yourself with so much energy that you don't know what to do with it all. This is totally normal. It's like your body is learning to handle a new, more powerful energy source. Over time, you'll learn to balance and control this energy. So, how do you know if what you're feeling is really this energetic buzz and not just excitement or stress? Pay attention to how long it lasts. Regular excitement or stress usually comes and goes. But this crystalline energy, it sticks around. It becomes your new normal. You might have days where it's stronger or weaker, but overall, you'll notice a permanent shift in how you feel energetically. Another way to tell is by how this energy affects you. Regular excitement can wear you out, but this crystalline energy actually energizes you. You might find that you need less sleep but feel more rested. Or you might notice that you can focus for longer periods without getting tired. It's like you've tapped into a well of energy that never runs dry. As you get used to this new energy, you'll start to discover amazing things you can do with it. Some people find they can sense the emotions of others more easily. Others discover they can heal themselves or others with their energy. You might even start to attract positive events and people into your life without even trying. It's like you've become a magnet for good things. Remember, everyone experiences this sign differently. You might feel all of these things, or just a few. The key is to pay attention to your body and trust your instincts. If you feel like something has changed in your energy, something big and permanent, then you might just be experiencing the first sign of your transition to a crystalline-based body. Now, let's move on to the second sign that you might be one of the chosen ones transitioning into a crystalline-based body. We call this one heightened intuition, and it's all about tapping into a deeper level of knowing that goes beyond your five senses. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something that turned out to be right, even though you had no logical reason to think that way? That's intuition. Now, imagine that ability cranked up to 11. That's what happens when you start transitioning to a crystalline-based body. At first, you might notice small things. Maybe you start thinking about an old friend, and then they call you out of the blue. Or you get a strong feeling to take a different route to work, only to find out later that your usual route was blocked by an accident. These might seem like coincidences at first, but as they happen more and more often, you'll start to realize that something deeper is going on. As your intuition grows stronger, you might start to pick up on things that others miss. You could walk into a room and immediately sense the mood, even if everyone is trying to hide how they feel. Or you might suddenly understand complex ideas or concepts that used to confuse you, as if the knowledge is just downloading straight into your brain. One of the most exciting parts of this heightened intuition is how it can guide you in your daily life. You might find yourself making better decisions, almost effortlessly. It's like you have a built-in compass that always points you in the right direction. You'll start to trust your instincts more, and you'll notice that when you follow your intuition, things tend to work out for the best. But here's the thing about this new intuitive power. It's not always about big, dramatic insights. More often, it shows up in quiet, subtle ways. You might feel a gentle nudge to call someone, only to find out they really needed to talk. Or you might feel drawn to a book or a video that ends up having exactly the information you need at that moment. It's like the universe is constantly whispering to you, guiding you along your path. As your intuition grows stronger, you might also start to experience what some people call downloads. These are moments when information or understanding seems to flood into your mind all at once. It could be about your life purpose, about the nature of reality, or even about how to solve a problem you've been struggling with. These downloads can feel intense, like your mind is expanding to hold new truths about the universe. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How do I know if my intuition is really getting stronger, or if I'm just imagining things? That's a great question, and it's normal to have doubts. The key is to start paying attention and keeping track. When you have a hunch or a gut feeling about something, make a note of it. Then, see how things play out. Over time, you'll start to see a pattern of your intuitions being right more often than not. It's also important to understand that this heightened intuition isn't about becoming psychic or having supernatural powers. It's more like you're tuning into a frequency that's always been there, but that most people can't hear. You're becoming more sensitive to the subtle energies and information that flow through the universe. As you develop this new intuitive ability, you might find that it changes how you interact with the world. You might become more compassionate because you can sense what others are feeling. You might become a better problem solver because you can see connections that others miss. You might even find yourself drawn to new interests or career paths that align more closely with your true purpose. Remember, developing your intuition is a journey. Some days, you might feel super connected and intuitive. Other days, it might feel like your intuition has gone quiet. This is all part of the process. The key is to stay open, to keep listening to that inner voice, and to trust in the journey you're on. Let's dive into the third sign that you might be transitioning into a crystalline-based body. We're calling this one physical sensitivities, and it's all about the changes you might notice in how your body reacts to the world around you. Now, when we say sensitivities, we don't mean allergies or getting sick more often. It's actually the opposite. As your body becomes more crystalline, it becomes more attuned to the energies around you. This can lead to some pretty interesting experiences. First, let's talk about food. You might start noticing that your body reacts differently to certain foods. Foods that you used to love might suddenly not agree with you anymore. On the flip side, you might find yourself craving healthier, more natural foods. It's like your body is asking for fuel that matches its new, higher vibration. Don't be surprised if you suddenly can't stand processed foods, or if you develop a love for fruits and vegetables you never liked before. But it's not just about food. Your body might become more sensitive to chemicals too. Things like strong perfumes, cleaning products, or even certain fabrics might start to bother you. This isn't because you're becoming weaker. It's because your body is becoming more aware of what's good for it and what isn't. Think of it like upgrading the sensors on a piece of equipment. Suddenly, it can detect things it couldn't before. Another big change you might notice is in how you react to the natural world. Many people going through this transition find themselves drawn to nature in a way they never were before. You might feel a strong urge to go for walks in the forest, to sit by the ocean, or to garden. When you're in nature, you might feel a deep sense of peace and connection. It's like your body recognizes that it's in sync with the natural rhythms of the earth. Now, let's talk about something really fascinating. Your sensitivity to energy. As your body becomes more crystalline, you might start to feel the energy of places, objects, or even people. Have you ever walked into a room and felt instantly uncomfortable for no apparent reason? Or held an object and gotten a strong feeling about its history? These are examples of sensing energy. This new sensitivity can be really helpful. You might find that you can tell when someone is upset, even if they're trying to hide it. Or you might be able to sense which environments are good for you and which ones drain your energy. It's like you've developed a new sense that helps you navigate the world. But I'll be honest with you, this increased sensitivity can be challenging at first. You might feel overwhelmed in crowded places or find that you need more time alone to recharge. This is totally normal. It's like you've suddenly gained super hearing. At first, every little sound seems loud and distracting. But over time, you'll learn to manage these new sensitivities. You'll develop techniques to protect your energy and to use your new abilities in positive ways. One thing many people notice as they go through this transition is a change in how they experience temperature. You might find that you're more sensitive to heat or cold. Some people report feeling waves of heat flowing through their body, almost like a pleasant inner warmth. Others might feel chills or tingling sensations, especially when they're in deep thought or meditation. Sleep patterns often change too. You might find that you need less sleep than before, but that the sleep you do get is deeper and more refreshing. Many people report waking up in the early hours of the morning, feeling fully alert and energized. This is often a great time for meditation or creative activities. Now, here's something really important to remember. These physical changes and sensitivities are not about becoming fragile or weak. In fact, it's quite the opposite. As your body adjusts to its new crystalline nature, you'll likely find that your overall health improves. Many people report having more energy, getting sick less often, and recovering more quickly when they do get ill. It's also common to experience changes in your appearance as you go through this transition. Your skin might become clearer and more radiant. Your eyes might seem brighter or change color slightly. Some people even report that they look younger or that old scars start to fade. It's like your outer appearance is starting to reflect the inner changes you're going through. Remember, everyone's experience with these physical sensitivities is unique. You might experience all of these changes, or just a few. The key is to pay attention to your body and honor what it's telling you. If you need more rest, rest. If you're craving certain foods, try them. Your body is going through an amazing transformation, and it knows what it needs. As you notice these changes, try to approach them with curiosity and acceptance rather than fear. Yes, it can be strange to suddenly dislike your favorite foods, or to feel overwhelmed in places that never bothered you before. But these changes are signs that you're evolving, that you're becoming more attuned to the world around you and to your true nature. Let's explore the fourth sign that you're transitioning into a crystalline-based body. We call this one expanded consciousness, and it's all about the incredible changes you might notice in how you think, perceive, and understand the world around you. Imagine waking up one day and suddenly being able to see colors you've never seen before, or understand languages you've never studied. While it might not be quite that dramatic, the expansion of consciousness that comes with this transition can feel just as mind-blowing. One of the first things you might notice is a shift in your perception of time. You know how time seems to fly when you're having fun, but drags when you're bored? Well, as your consciousness expands, you might find that your relationship with time becomes even more fluid. You might have moments where time seems to stand still, where you're fully present in the now in a way you've never experienced before. Or you might have times where you lose track of time completely, absorbed in thought or creativity. Speaking of creativity, many people find that their creative abilities skyrocket during this transition. It's like someone opened a door in your mind, and now ideas are flooding in. You might suddenly feel inspired to write, paint, make music, or express yourself in ways you never have before. And the amazing thing is, you might discover talents you never knew you had. It's as if your expanded consciousness is allowing you to tap into skills and abilities that were always there, just waiting to be unlocked. Another fascinating aspect of this expanded consciousness is a growing sense of interconnectedness. You might start to see patterns and connections in the world that you never noticed before. It could be as simple as noticing synchronicities in your daily life, like seeing the same number everywhere, or running into the right person at just the right time. Or it could be more profound, like suddenly understanding how all living things are connected, or grasping complex scientific or spiritual concepts that used to baffle you. Many people also report experiencing a shift in their sense of self. It's like your understanding of who you are expands beyond just your physical body and personal history. You might start to feel a deep connection to all of humanity, or even to the earth itself. This can lead to a greater sense of compassion and empathy as you begin to truly understand that we're all in this together. With this expanded consciousness often comes a thirst for knowledge. You might find yourself drawn to subjects you never cared about before. Quantum physics, ancient philosophies, astrology, or sacred geometry. Suddenly, these topics aren't just interesting, they feel important, like pieces of a grand puzzle you're trying to solve. And the amazing thing is, you might find that you can understand these complex topics with an ease that surprises you. Now, I want to talk about something that can be a bit scary at first, but is actually a beautiful part of this transition. As your consciousness expands, you might start to have experiences that some would call mystical or supernatural. You might have vivid, prophetic dreams, or you might experience moments of what feels like direct communication with a higher intelligence. Some people report being able to see auras around people or objects, or sensing energy fields that most people can't perceive. If this happens to you, remember, you're not going crazy. These experiences are a natural part of your consciousness expanding beyond the limits of what we consider normal perception. It's like you're tuning into channels that have always been broadcasting, but that you couldn't pick up before. One of the most profound aspects of this expanded consciousness is a growing awareness of your own thoughts and beliefs. You might start to notice the running commentary in your head in a way you never have before. And with this awareness comes the power to change those thoughts and beliefs. Many people find that negative thought patterns or limiting beliefs that have held them back for years suddenly lose their power. It's like you've stepped outside of the story you've been telling yourself and can now choose a new narrative. This expanded consciousness can also lead to a deeper understanding of your life purpose. You might suddenly have a clear vision of what you're meant to do in this life, or understand why you've gone through certain experiences. It's like seeing your life from a higher perspective, where all the seemingly random events suddenly form a clear pattern. Now, I want to be clear. This expansion of consciousness doesn't happen all at once. It's more like a gradual awakening. You'll have moments of incredible clarity and insight, followed by periods where you feel just like your old self. This is normal. Think of it like exercising a muscle. Your consciousness is growing stronger, but it needs rest periods too. As you go through this process, you might find that your interests and priorities start to shift. Things that used to seem incredibly important might start to feel trivial, and things you never gave much thought to before might suddenly become central to your life. This can be confusing, especially to the people around you. You might find that some relationships change as your perspective shifts, but you'll also likely attract new people into your life who resonate with your new frequency. Remember, this expanded consciousness isn't about becoming superior to others. It's about seeing more clearly, understanding more deeply, and loving more fully. It's about becoming more fully yourself, and in doing so, being better able to serve the world around you. We've arrived at the fifth and final sign that you're transitioning into a crystalline-based body. This one is perhaps the most exciting and transformative of all. We call it energy manipulation, and it's all about your growing ability to consciously work with the energy within and around you. Now, when we talk about manipulating energy, we're not talking about anything flashy like shooting lightning bolts from your fingertips, although wouldn't that be cool? We're talking about something much more subtle, but incredibly powerful. It's about learning to sense, direct, and shape the energy that flows through all things. One of the first ways you might notice this ability is through your hands. Many people report feeling a tingling or warmth in their palms as they begin to awaken to their energy manipulation abilities. You might find that when you hold your hands near each other, you can feel a sort of magnetic push or pull between them. This is you starting to sense the energy field of your own body. As this ability grows, you might discover that you can use this energy for healing. You might find that when someone you care about is in pain, you instinctively want to place your hands on them. And when you do, they might report feeling warmth, tingling, or a release of pain. This isn't magic. It's you learning to channel healing energy through your body. But healing others is just the beginning. Many people find that they can use this energy manipulation for self-healing too. Got a headache? You might find that simply placing your hands on your head and visualizing healing energy flowing into it can bring relief. Feeling anxious? You might discover that you can calm yourself by consciously directing soothing energy throughout your body. Another fascinating aspect of energy manipulation is the ability to cleanse and charge spaces. You might walk into a room and instinctively know that the energy there is heavy or negative. And you might find that you can change that energy simply by setting an intention and visualizing the space filling with light. Some people even report being able to cleanse objects of negative energy or charge crystals with positive intentions. As your ability to manipulate energy grows, you might start to notice that you can influence the world around you in subtle ways. Plants might seem to thrive under your care more than ever before. Animals might be drawn to you, sensing your harmonious energy. You might even find that electronic devices behave better around you, or in some cases, go a bit haywire as they react to your heightened energy. One of the most powerful aspects of energy manipulation is the ability to manifest. As you become more attuned to the energy around you, you might find that your thoughts and intentions seem to materialize more quickly. It's like the universe becomes more responsive to your desires. But be careful, this is a powerful ability, and it works for negative thoughts as well as positive ones. Learning to control your thoughts and emotions becomes more important than ever. Now, here's something really fascinating. As you develop your energy manipulation skills, you might start to perceive energy in visual ways. Some people report seeing sparks of light or colorful auras around people and objects. Others describe seeing energy as flowing streams or patterns of light. If this happens to you, don't worry, you're not hallucinating. You're simply beginning to perceive the energy that's always been there, but that most people can't see. Another intriguing aspect of energy manipulation is the ability to connect with the energy of nature. You might find that you can communicate with plants or animals in nonverbal ways. Some people report being able to influence weather patterns or connect with the energy of crystals and stones. It's like you're remembering an ancient language that all living things share. As your energy manipulation skills grow, you might also discover an ability to protect yourself from negative energies. You might instinctively know how to create an energetic shield around yourself when you're in challenging situations. Or you might find that you can easily shake off the negative moods or energies of others, staying centered in your own positive vibration. One of the most profound aspects of energy manipulation is the ability to connect with higher realms of consciousness. You might find that you can more easily enter deep meditative states or even have out-of-body experiences. Some people report being able to access Akashic records or communicate with spirit guides. While these experiences can be intense, they're a natural part of your expanding abilities. It's important to remember that with great power comes great responsibility. As you develop these energy manipulation skills, it's crucial to use them ethically and with good intentions. These abilities aren't about gaining power over others, but about becoming a force for healing and positive change in the world. Also, keep in mind that developing these skills takes time and practice. Don't get frustrated if you can't immediately do all the things I've described. Everyone's journey is different. The key is to stay open, keep practicing, and trust in the process. Your abilities will grow naturally as you continue your transition into a crystalline-based body. As we wrap up our exploration of the 5 signs that you're transitioning into a crystalline-based body, let's take a moment to reflect on this incredible journey you might be embarking on. Whether you've recognized one of these signs in yourself or all 5, know that you're part of something truly extraordinary. This transition isn't just about gaining cool new abilities or experiencing unusual phenomena. It's about evolving into a higher state of being, one that allows you to live in greater harmony with yourself, others, and the world around you. It's about becoming more fully who you were always meant to be. Remember, this journey is uniquely yours. You might experience these signs in a different order or in different ways than I've described. You might have additional experiences that I haven't mentioned. That's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's perfect. Your crystalline transition is as unique as you are. As you continue on this path, there may be times when you feel overwhelmed or unsure. You might have days when you doubt whether any of this is real. That's normal. Any major life change comes with challenges, and this is perhaps the biggest change a person can go through. Be patient with yourself. Trust the process. And most importantly, trust yourself. It's also important to remember that becoming crystalline doesn't mean leaving your humanity behind. You're not turning into some kind of superhuman or separate from the rest of humanity. Instead, you're becoming more fully human, more connected to the true essence of what it means to be alive on this beautiful planet. As you develop these new abilities and sensitivities, you might feel called to use them to help others. Many people who go through this transition find themselves drawn to healing professions, counseling, teaching, or other ways of making a positive difference in the world. Listen to that call if you feel it. The world needs more light workers, more people operating at a higher frequency. But even if you don't feel called to change your outer life dramatically, know that simply by going through this transition, you're already making a difference. Your higher vibration affects everyone and everything around you. By becoming more crystalline, you're helping to raise the frequency of the entire planet. As we close, I want to leave you with this thought. You are not alone. All around the world, people are going through this same transition. You're part of a growing wave of human evolution, a shift in consciousness that has the potential to transform our entire world. Embrace it, celebrate it, and most of all, enjoy the journey. Whether you're just starting to notice these signs or you're well along your path, know that you're exactly where you need to be. Trust in your own inner wisdom. Listen to your body, your intuition, and your heart. They will guide you true. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the 5 signs you're transitioning into a crystalline-based body. May your journey be filled with wonder, growth, and joy. And remember, in the words of an ancient wisdom, you are the one you've been waiting for. Embrace your crystalline nature and shine your light brightly. The world is waiting for you.